Good afternoon. My name is Jeremy Bull, and today I will be walking you through the General Ledger module in E1. The first thing you want to do after logging into E1 is you want to come over to the left side of the screen and click on OP Main Menu. Then you want to click on Inquiry Menu. Next, you'll click on General Ledger Inquiry. Then you'll want to click on Actual plus Encumbrance versus Budget. Okay, so the very first box here is Skip to Account. And what you'll want to type in there is your cost center. So today I'm going to use the courts. So I'm going to type in 101, 131. Then this Select Skip To box, you'll want to uncheck that. And one more thing you want to do over here on the right side where it says LT1 through date, you want to change that to the last day of the year. Next, you want to come up to the top of the screen, click on the Find button. So here in the middle of the screen, you can see the system currently only shows records 1 through 11. And you'll want to click on this second arrow, which is called Go to End. And what this will do, it'll display every line item for this cost center. So now you can see records 1 through 120 are now displayed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up to the top of the screen. So here you can see the very first column is the account number. So this is the line item that will get charged whenever you have expenditures. The next one over is just a description of what that account number is. And then the next column, this sometimes gets confusing to people. So this column right here is called Budget Amount Period Balance. And anytime you see this word period in here, if you look just above it here, where it says LT2 through date, July 31st, this period means that it's only looking at July information. So here you can see salaries and wages just for the month of July is $119,000. That's what the budget is for that. Then the next column over is the general ledger period balance. So this means what kind of expenses have actually occurred during the month of July. So you can see here $66,000 have been expended during the month of July. And then the next column is the variance. And what it does is it takes the budget for July, $119,000, minus the $66,000 that's been spent, and it just gives you the difference of those two columns. So $52,000 is the amount that's still left to spend in the month of July. And then if we scroll over just a little bit further, this period percent variance, this is just the percent. Basically, it just takes this as a percent of the budget that is left to spend in the month of July. The next column, you'll notice, does not have the word period in it. So this is actually going to be a year-to-date number. So this number, just a little over 1 million, is the amount of the budget for salaries in courts for the entire year. And then the general ledger balance is how much has been spent January through July. So $500,000 has been spent, which makes sense, about half of their budget. We're about halfway through the year. Then again, this variance balance just takes the total year budget minus what's been spent and just gives you the amount that's still available. And again, it gives you a percentage. Now, one thing you'll notice here is every so often as you scroll down through all these numbers, you'll see these blue lines. And what those are, they're just a line that's totaling something above it. So the salary and wages, this 126,000, is just totaling these 3 lines above it. And as we scroll down here, you'll notice every so often, so this hospital and medical insurance is totaling these 4 lines above it. And if we come all the way to the very bottom number here totals every single line item above. So for the month of July, here where it says period, month of July, they have a total budget of $228,000. They spent $113,000. So they still have $114,000 left to spend. And if we get far enough over here where that word period is no longer in the description, so you can see courts has a total budget of $2.3 million, and they've spent $1.2 million. They have just a little over $1 million left to spend for the year. So I'm going to scroll up just a little ways here. And let's say, for instance, on one of these line items, you want to know, what have we, it gives a lump sum on this screen, but it doesn't tell you exactly what was actually purchased. So right here you can see stationery and pens. If we come over here and we see, for the entire year, Courts has spent $6,000 on stationery. And let's say they want to know, what in the world did we spend that on? They can come back over here to the left and check this box. And then you want to go to the top of the screen, click on Select. And if we look down here at the bottom, you can see, looks like they've had some expenditures to Office Max, Metro Forms. Again, it only shows us 10 records, so we can go to the end here and see everything that they've purchased under stationery, office supplies. Looks like they got some just business cards, a lot of forms and stuff like that. Now, another thing you can do is, if you scroll over here to the right just a little ways, it'll give you a little more description. So you can see here they bought some bowls for weapons screening, retractable phone cord, file labels. So whatever they put, when they go into E1, or I'm sorry, when they go into IntelliLink and put a description on their purchase card, that's what comes in here. Or if they send over an invoice to be entered into E1, that's what accounts payable will type in here, is that remark. So once you're finished on this screen, you can come up here to the top and click on the red X button, which closes. One other thing I want to show you is on any screen in E1 that you're in, doesn't matter if you're in General Ledger, if you're in Accounts Payable, Fixed Assets, any screen that you're in, let's say this information here in the lower part of the screen, it'd be really handy for you to have this in an Excel spreadsheet. Any screen that you're on, you can come up here to the top and click on Tools. Then you can click on Export Grid Data. Then it gives you several options here. You can export it into a new Excel workbook. You can send it to a Word document. You can put it in a CSV. I usually just do a new Excel. So once you click on Continue, what it'll do is it'll open up an Excel spreadsheet. And I'm going to actually just back up here just a little bit. Okay. So here you can see it just dumps everything right into an Excel spreadsheet. Then you'll have to kind of widen the columns and everything, but That makes it easy if you need to take it to a meeting to show others. So once you're done with that, it brings you back to this main screen. And when you're finished looking up your budget, you can click on the red X up here, which is a close. So that concludes the walkthrough of General Ledger Inquiry. If you have any questions, please call me at 895-6156. Thank you.